Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley, with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Good morning, everybody. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day.
You're listening to WSKB Channel 89.5, Channel 15 Community Radio, WCPC. Listening to Tiger Talk at Westfield Tech Academy. I'm your host, Kevin Daly, with my co-host, Carol Groom. Welcome.
Your transparent host.
Good morning.
Yeah, so I learned something today. Every day's a new adventure and new learning. So I decided to wear green because I have Irish. I wore my Celtic shirt, and because we have a green screen behind us, it's like I'm translucent, right? Is that
yeah,
I'm like a
sure.
ghost?
I'm not gonna look. It's just too distressed.
It's like I'm a ghost. So if you can watch the show, it's quite entertaining. Like I'm not even here. So probably the best I've ever looked. So, Carol,
yes,
hold your tongue on that one.
Yes.
Carol
Lots of
Groom is
restraint.
back today. She's very stressed out.
All right, I'm
She's
going to let Curtis take over. He's hovering.
Oh, welcome,
good.
Curtis.
Curtis is here. Curtis Elmer, he's one of our students. What year is Curtis? Junior?
Sophomore. Yeah, he's got a ways to go.
Curtis is a sophomore, and he's going to be producing the show instead of Pete. So, see you, Pete. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. I'll shut my mic off now.
Again, we try to get the kids on here to slowly work them into producing a radio show, and hopefully someday we'll get somebody on here to host.
Yeah, that
at
would
least
be
to run the
awesome.
cameras and to get here and get their radio experience, so we can get them out working in the field. So, Mrs. Groom is here. You're getting ready. Mr. Groom's working on dinner right now.
He is.
He's going crazy.
Well, it's his first
What's
time.
he doing? Corned beef?
Corned beef,
just put it in a
potatoes,
pot,
yeah.
buddy, and boil it.
Yes, he will.
So you guys
coming
are having
along.
corned beef today, of course.
For dinner.
I'll eat like 38 pounds of it and then be mad after I eat it all.
And then we'll hear about it for days.
Be fully dehydrated and Don't talk like that, Mrs. Groom, please. Mrs. Groom is back, but after that one, we'll see if she's back again next week, because the numbers, thanks for joining on the Facebook poll. She actually did quite well last week. You're up to 68%. Let's keep her.
Wow.
So the public is speaking, and we are listening. So Carol Groom is back, and it looks like Mr. Langoni might be on the way out. Where's he been?
He's been busy.
Yeah,
he
I
has
know.
appointments on Thursday morning.
I know. So he's still on the mend. So we're hoping to get him back as soon as we can on the show as a guest. so we'll see how it's going. It's tough for me to look at myself on the TV because I'm not there. So it's weird. Since we're talking, let's. We have a great show today. We have the Department of Transportation, Tommy Lemlin, coming on in any minute whenever they get here. So that'll be exciting. But we might as well get through some things while we're waiting for them to talk about what's going on at Westfield Tech, what's been going on the last couple weeks, and what's coming down the pipe for the last. Because we do have a busy couple weeks coming up when the spring ramps up. We got a lot going on, and Mrs. Groom is not focused today. So if she seems off today, everybody, please, when you vote on whether to keep her, please note that. Because
I apologize.
Like,
I get to see the screen constantly, and it's just hysterical.
I'm like Casper. I'm pale.
Okay.
Pale white
Before
and
we
no
get into
body.
all the happenings, though,
Yes.
let's mention this is really key. We did not do the menu last week.
Oh, yeah.
For Tiger's Pride,
Right.
even though I was prepped
We were
to do
busy.
it and ready to
Okay.
go.
Yep.
So they're having a St. Patrick's Day buffet today, but I do understand it's sold out.
It could be. It's pretty darn close to
Okay.
sold out. So
call.
you might have missed it.
Yeah. But they have corned beef, cabbage, carrots, potatoes, Irish lamb stew, baked mac and cheese, potato leek soup, split pea soup, a tossed salad, deli tray, and many delicious desserts.
Last week we didn't get to the menu, and we caught holy heck because we
As
didn't.
we should.
But just so you guys know, the superintendent announces the menu the first thing he does when he comes on the superintendent show.
That's his show. But
It was announced.
We're all WTA.
So we apologize to the culinary for not shouting them
Yes.
out last week. Never
won't
happened
do it
again.
again.
Sorry, Mrs. Boyso and the crew. So we had a nice article in the paper on co-op on shortstop. I told you that was coming, and it came out, and we got a lot of great feedback on that. Highlighted Ali Guarenti at the Shortstop Bar and Grill. We are close to. I feel like I don't have a quite tally, but we're in the 60 to 65 range for kids out on co-op, which is great.
That's great.
I'm going today to visit a technology company, and we're hoping to do another article. Try to keep those articles consistent. So if you're out there and you saw them, please support our businesses that support us. So anytime, I think next time we're going to go to Aero Fastener.
Wow.
Hopefully, if that works out, we have 4 girls over there. So there's a lot of local companies that are supporting us and providing opportunities for our kids to work and get real life experience at the same time. So which is great. So
Great.
so that's good. And Co-op Corner is going well. I guess we should talk about what's our outreach program and what's going on with that, the 8th graders.
Right. We have interviews coming up. We're going to the middle school in Westfield on the 30th and 31st to interview all the applicants that have submitted applications. We've been dealing with some shadow students coming in, shadowing our shops. If they're out of district, I've been grabbing them for their interviews while they're here. And so it's moving right along.
Yeah, how many applicants do you think we have right now, Mrs. Groom?
I don't know where the middle
Roughly.
school is. I think it's a little over 200 possibly.
That's great. So
Yep.
typically we can probably house maximum is probably 160 kids. So we take a little over that in hopes that they all say yes. They don't have to say yes when they accept. So we do get kids that change their minds and for various reasons, sports, maybe that's friends, maybe they decided to change their mind about the shops.
Right.
But we're still doing shadowing
Yes, for 8th graders only.
for 8th graders only up until
April 1st or
you
8th.
see my arm.
Yeah.
April 1st.
Yeah.
And we on the heels of that, we're going to be working. I think I mentioned this last week, but we're also teaming up with the middle school for a Starfires game.
Right. That sounds great.
So the Westfield Starfires, our local baseball team, is hosting the middle school on May 26th.
oh, okay. I
think.
didn't have that date.
Yeah,
So thank you.
I hope it's the 26th.
Well, we'll plan
think
around
it
the
is.
26th if it is the 26th.
And what they're going to do is we are going to take that opportunity to have all the middle school kids at our campus, and we're going to set up all our shops on the football field. If you're familiar with the way our Bullens Field is, we're going to set up our shops on the football field and give the 7th graders an opportunity to come see what we have to offer and see all 12 of our shops, and we'll have students from, whatever grade there with some shop instructors, and the kids can. We'll probably set it up like a horseshoe. The kids can walk through and tour it and ask questions and hopefully see some things that maybe they didn't know were offered at Westfield
Right.
Tech.
And I remember when I was a middle school counselor at the former North Middle School, that was a really cool day to watch. It was the road show where the kids would come in and do, whatever project. Sometimes they made a meal from culinary, and electrical lit up a light bulb. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and it's an opportunity for the 7th graders, because I don't know that they know about Westfield Tech, but they don't know
Right.
the shops we
Yeah,
have. So
we're really, now that we can get into the schools and the kids can come here, we're getting our outreach back up and running.
So it's great. So we're also working with Fort Meadow this year. It's not a nursery school, by the way,
Right.
which you tried to say it was.
Oh,
It's
thank you for
I-
reminding me that.
I called it a
did
nursery
not
school, and
remember
I got crushed after. They're like, it's not a nursery school, it's a preschool.
Yeah,
So
really
Fort,
proud
we're
of it.
working with Fort Meadow Preschool. On April 7th is Transportation Day, so we're sending some of our shops over to highlight, some of the things for the kids. We're sending aviation over there, particularly with an airplane, and I think horticulture, maybe auto tech. So we're going to send them over. That'll be cool. Also, we are working with Fort Meadow as well to adopt a classroom. We're going to do a mini road show, like we just talked about for the 7th graders. We're going to do a mini road show for the Fort Meadow preschoolers.
really cute.
So they're going to love that. Maybe
Yeah.
at the Allied will read a story to them. So another way we reach out and get the kids early.
Yeah, plant those seeds.
Yep, get them early. We also have a career day coming on April 7th as well. So we're going to send, that's at Westfield State. The superintendent will talk about that. But both Westfield High and, you didn't know this, huh?
I do a little bit, but not all the details.
Westfield High and Westfield Tech, we've done this in the past pre-COVID, where we'll go to, we work in partnership with Westfield State, and we bring our juniors and seniors up there, and a lot of local businesses will set up booths. And our kids are going to go with their resumes and some questions to ask, and I believe, I don't have all the details, but they're going to have some things to check off.
Right.
And
I do recall
Yep.
actually going to it.
So it's
for-
nice. We'll go in first. I think Westfield High will be right after us. I think Westfield State's also going to feed us, which is fun.
Oh, yeah.
And it's breakfast, so I'll be crushing that. Well, if I can go, hopefully I can go
Yeah.
and just check in. I'll have to chaperone that day.
I think so.
Yeah, food involved. I'll have to chaperone. And speaking of food, one of our last outreach things is our freshman barbecue, which we're going to bump up before the end of the
Right.
year.
We used to do it in the fall, but I think it's wiser to do it in June so that culinary's run up and running. The kids that are prospective students get a good feel of the school prior to starting school. And so this will be our first year trying that out.
That'll be awesome. So that's all most of our, and of course we have MCAS. We can talk about that later too. Did you want to talk about it?
Well, I think it's a good idea to mention it
Yeah.
because it's Tuesday, Wednesday, the 22nd, 23rd.
Next week.
Yeah, and it's a 3-hour delay for those students who are not testing. So it's grade 10 doing the English language arts portion. So
And if you're wondering why is it 3-hour delay, that's how long the test takes. And it just
Right.
To have the kids who aren't taking the test in the building, it's tough to keep them wrangled in and under control with
Right.
all our staff is proctoring the test. So
But students that do come in and don't test,
Yeah.
they have
we have a place for
option
them. Yep.
between, yes.
We have the gym or the cafeteria
right.
for them.
And so we have to cover with staff.
So what we can do right now is I just saw our DOT guys come in, our first guest of the show. So Curtis, if you're listening, do you want to go to a quick commercial while we bring these guys in, and then we'll come back?
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield. Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we're back to Tiger Talk live on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of
I
the
already
morning.
used that line. Can't use it
Yeah.
again. 8:17. We are blessed. Yeah, I guess
Sure.
we're blessed to have
Yeah.
our guests with us right here today. We have Tommy Lemlin from the Department of Labor's Union. Yes, the Labor's Union. And some of our student guests. So we'll get to them in a second. But Tom, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kevin.
I'm going to get you here on the mic. And Curtis, is Tom's mic on hot? Go ahead. Yeah, okay. So Tommy's here from the Labor's Union. We went to, yesterday we went down to Hopkinton, start of the Boston Marathon,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Oh, we got you now. And we had a great day down there. We had about 14 of us went down and got a taste of real life work.
Yes.
Which
yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
But Tommy's here, and Tom, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, sure.
Good to see you. I know you guys are doing CPR training today, so
Yeah, we
I'll
are.
get you back. You look fantastic.
Well,
by
thank
the
you.
way.
It's top of the morning to you, everybody. I feel like a leprechaun.
Yeah. So what I learned today is that we have a green screen behind us. If you look at the screen right there, I am like a ghost because my green shirt doesn't
that's
show
right.
up.
No kidding. Yeah.
So like a little Casper. You guys like that? Sort of weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah, the bow tie is cool. So, Tom, you've been here. You've been coming to the school for what, 8 years?
8
now.
years, correct.
Tell us, first of all, if you remember, 8 years ago, how did it start, and what drove us, and how did you get here, and how you keep coming 8 years? What's going on?
Yeah, so a little bit of the history
Yeah.
about the Massachusetts Pre-Apprenticeship and Vocational School Training Program. The Federal Highway Administration, the FHA, and the Massachusetts Department of Transportation put their heads together, and they stayed ahead of the curve back about 10 years ago. And they realized that many men and women in the highway construction industry were retiring after 25 and 30 years of work, and they didn't have many good and skilled young men and women to fill their shoes. So what I'm describing is an aging workforce.
Yeah, which
So-
is across a lot of
Right.
of industry.
So MassDOT and the Federal Highway Administration stayed ahead of it, and they allocated some money to develop a construction career development program. And we ran it as a construction career development program for the first year with 9 schools, one being Westfield. And it was a pilot program, and it just seemed to take right off.
Yeah.
And it went from 9 schools to 13 schools to 18 schools. We're in now, after 8 years, about 23 to 24
Wow.
vocational technical high schools throughout the state of Massachusetts, from the North Shore all the way to Cape Cod Tech, all the way out to Smithville, out in Northampton, and all the way to Boston.
And do
So
you
we're all over
do you,
the place.
do you run the program for every school? Do you go to each
I do.
school?
I do.
Oh
I
my
travel
God,
all over
that's
the
busy.
place. I'm the lead instructor.
Yeah.
I'm also an instructor with the Labor's Union.
Okay.
And what we do is we address 5 big of the main construction trades in Massachusetts, which is the Labor's Union. They're the special forces, the largest group of tradesmen and women out on a MassDOT highway construction project. And the operating engineers, the carpenters, the iron workers, and the electricians. Those are the 5 main trades that we talk about in this pre-apprenticeship program.
Yeah, and we have we have those programs here, so it sort of goes hand in hand that we join up with you.
It does.
And we were in one of the originals. I didn't know that we were in
one of the 9 schools, and we're up to 22 or 23.
So you've been coming back now for 8 years,
Yep.
doing this. You are basically, what happens is Tom takes a group of kids that volunteer to sign up from all different from all of our shops if they want any of them. Typically, we have electrical, wiring, construction, and horticulture that join it. And he is the instructor for these kids the whole week. Rather than going to shop, they are working with Mr. Lem Dog, as the kids would call him. And he handles the whole soup to nuts, right?
Yeah.
And our instructors are there for assistance if you need it.
Yep.
But what are some of the things that you covered this week?
Sure. So it's a very structured and disciplined week of training. Okay, they're to show up every day on time, prepared for class. I issue them all brand new hard hats, gloves, glasses, traffic vests that report every day with their boots on, along with the writing instruments that I issue them and a few other incidentals that they must be taking to class. Some of the subjects that we covered, which we will be covering throughout this whole week of training, will be highway work zone safety, whether it's a MassDOT highway construction funded program, funded by the Massachusetts Department of Transportation. A focus on highway work zone safety is very, very important, as you can understand.
Yeah.
We also cover some OSHA safety standards, CPR and first aid, which they're going to be trained in today. We cover a concept of concrete, and we'll be doing that tomorrow. So we'll be framing up a concrete pour tomorrow, along with mixing it and pouring it and shaping it, and talking about the principles of concrete.
And to that point, you've helped us out with our own litter. This is just what they're doing is just gonna be a sample, right?
Correct.
Now, you've helped us out in the past though with our sidewalk in the front, correct?
Yes, we have.
Are we gonna do another section?
I believe we are. I mean, I can't see why not.
Yeah.
I mean, I love returning to Westfield
Yeah,
Tech.
we love having you.
I really do. I love coming back to Westfield Tech and pulling together a group of kids and beautifying the school.
Yeah.
For 2 years in a row, we've replaced quite a bit of concrete out front.
Yeah.
And I think we're about half to 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah.
So probably another 2 more work sessions, we'll have that front of the school looking pristine.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Sure.
So if you come to our school in the front, we had some bluestone that was chipping and deteriorating pretty badly, and Tommy and Jeff, right?
Yes.
Jeff Cartwright.
Cathcart. Jeff Cathcart.
I always say that.
I know.
Yeah.
And he knows it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows everybody struggles a
Yeah.
little bit with his name. He's funny about it.
So he's involved too, but they came up with an idea to give the kids real experience that have worked with Tommy, and why don't we replace the areas that's deteriorated and do it with concrete? And the front of our building keeps, you do a square every time.
Yeah.
It looks so much better,
It
so much nicer.
It does. It really does.
And our kids are out there jackhammering away, lifting it away, pouring it, learning how to.
They work really hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard day's work. We work safe. We work hard. We keep our students hydrated.
Yeah.
We keep them safe.
Yeah.
But they really get a good understanding of what a good day's work is.
Tom, how's our crew? We got workers?
Absolutely. I got a dozen students this week.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. They're from the electrical shop and from the horticulture shop.
Yeah.
And I think they're having a good time. We're getting a few laughs in, but we're learning a lot about the construction trades on the highway construction industry. So it's going over quite well.
And one last question before I get to the kids here. Does this help them get an opportunity to get into the industry with you? So what are there chances to get into DOT or labor's union? Or
So that's a great question. This is a registered pre-apprenticeship program with the Massachusetts Department of Labor for the labor's union. So meaning pre-apprenticeship, they are earning apprenticeship hours with me in the classroom. So if they choose to apply to the labor's union upon graduation, they can take the 30 hours of this week's training and apply it to their 300 hours of apprenticeship out in the field.
Yeah.
So it's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
It's a feather in their cap.
Yep.
we talked about the difference between applying to the union trades versus joining union trades. You don't join a union; it's an application process, and it can sometimes be lengthy.
Yeah.
Where it could sometimes last 9 months to a year or so. But one of the philosophies that we talk about in the classroom is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Meaning, upon graduation, apply to many careers in the highway construction industry and see where the cards fall.
Yeah.
It's the same process actually for like a college student going to college, but we're just kind of turning around a little bit. Is you may have heard about this, Kevin, is that when a student graduating from your school is 100% college bound, they have what's called these reach colleges,
Yeah.
these reach applications, and a safety.
Yeah.
Well, I'm basically pulling it back a little bit for a young man or woman graduating from Westfield Tech is why not have reach applications to go out into the workforce
Yep.
and safety applications going out into the workforce.
Absolutely.
So if one just doesn't work out, you have 3 or 4 or 5 to fall back onto, and that's the way to go, I think.
Absolutely.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Totally. And you know this, you never know what job is going to lead to another job
You
and what's going to
don't.
lead to another
You
one.
don't.
You never know.
You don't. And the important thing is with this program is we build upon more certifications and more licenses, which gives the student a better applicant upon graduation. So we do help them, assist them in getting their hoisting license. There is an opportunity to get their CDL Class B driver's license after the program's over. So we're basically delivering this 1-week program funded by the Massachusetts Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration, and we're serving it to vocational technical schools on a silver platter.
Perfect.
That's great.
Yeah.
I have a quick question
Yes.
for Lem Talk, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're all over the state. Where's your home base?
So I live in the White Mountains of New Hampshire.
Okay.
I found a little piece of land up there about 8 or 9 years ago, and it's been an interesting journey because I personally, I'll be short with this. I pitched a tent on the back of my property, and I was there with my black dog, my chainsaw, and my coffee pot. And I camped there on this property for 6 weeks. And every day I woke up, I would take down 6 or 8 trees with my chainsaw.
Wow.
And I'd cut the wood into 5-foot lengths and stack it. And then of course I brought in the professionals to take the roots out and everything. And then a foundation went in, and I built my dream log home halfway up the side of a mountain.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's got all the bells and whistles.
Sounds like it paid to be
Oh,
off the
it's
grid
so
for a
nice.
little
It's
while.
it's beautiful. It's just you sit on my front porch, you just don't hear anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's very peaceful.
It's a
Very,
good
very
break.
peaceful.
It's
It is
good.
a good break.
A lot of miles you've been
Yeah, I
driving,
put out a lot of miles.
but it's probably
Yeah.
nice to sit down and
It
just
really
sit there
is, and it's nice to be back with you folks
Yeah.
here. I
Well,
love
we-
coming back to Westfield.
honestly, we love having Tommy
Yeah.
come. He's got a great personality. The kids gravitate towards him right away. He's no nonsense, right, guys? I mean, from day one what you're supposed to do, and we sort of how we roll.
Yeah.
And safety wise, that's number one here at our school.
Right.
And I see kids that I see, I also see them in academics where maybe they don't want to be all the time. And I also see them where not always do they want to do what they,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say this nicely. And I'm like, I look at the crew, I said, oh boy. But every year that those kids, you got them under your thumb.
Well,
and,
you know what it is.
you got them.
And you know what
hook
it
'em.
is. I don't want to take all the glory here. It's a lot of the people behind the scenes too. You know what? We just have a great foundation support group behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Jeff Cathcart, who's the director of the program,
he does a great
He
job.
does. I mean, he never fails. He's there with me. He's got my back all the time. Ian O'Neill from the Massachusetts Department of Transportation, who kind of coordinates this and kind of oversees a lot of these grant type programs. She enjoys seeing how successful we are in the highway construction industry. And there is a partnership between MassDOT, the Labor's Union, and another entity called the UMass Transportation Center. So it's kind of like a 3-way partnership.
Yeah.
And we come together and we work like a well-oiled machine, and it works out fantastic.
All the connections that these kids could have, it sounds
Yeah.
amazing. Let's get to the kids here. We got, now you guys got to share a mic, so pop it in front of your face, whoever's going to talk first.
Like
Brendan, you're up? Brandon?
This is Brandon Alexak.
Okay, Brandon Alexak. Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
So, Brandon, tell me about the week. Like, what have you had a favorite part?
So definitely yesterday was my favorite part when we went down to the facility. We got to drive real cool equipment. We got to work with some cool people.
Yeah.
Some apprentices.
Yeah.
So the equipment we drove, an all-terrain forklift, right? It was a real big forklift, and it extended like out really far, and we had to lift a pallet full of buckets of water.
Yeah.
And see if we could do it without spilling the water.
Yeah, Vlad, we had a little accident with that yesterday, didn't we? Yeah. What?
Yeah, he tried to prank us.
What he did? Who did?
Mr. Lemon.
Mr. Lemon?
And he dropped it right behind us.
Oh, that was
That was
just
an accident, right?
Absolutely 100% accident. I had no intentions of splashing any water against any of my students.
So,
It was just
Mr. Lemlin had a pallet on a lull, a big fork, let's say a fork truck, I guess, right? And he was driving it, and we were taking a shop picture for all the kids, which actually came out great, guys. The picture came out good. We'll try to get that online. And somehow the pallets moved, and 3 5-gallon buckets of water came down to the ground.
Yeah, quite a ways away, but enough to give him a little splash.
Yeah,
you know,
it must have hit the dirt
it must have
exactly
been,
way where it splashed.
Sometimes I have trouble operating that.
And unfortunately hit Vlad pretty hard.
Yeah,
and,
got him a little splash.
But Vlad, I gotta say, I know you were upset at first, but you manned up and you took it like a trooper. And he was at first I was like, okay, get him away from Mr. Lemon. Yeah. Vlad, what do you think about the program though? What did you like?
I think it's amazing. It's amazing that we can all do this, and it's fun because we're doing it as like a group, and it's even better because it's our shop. So it's kind of like we're family already because we've already been here for 3 years, and we've known each other for 3 years. Been here almost every other week, and it's amazing.
Yeah. And you got to let a couple outsiders in too, the electrical wiring guys, and they did catch a little bit of grief, these electrical wiring guys. And Anthony's here to represent them. Yep. Anthony's electrical wiring kid, so not used to maybe. I think the kids are saying go twist some wires and bust their chops a little bit like that.
That's okay. Yep.
There's a little reputation that maybe electrical wiring kids don't work quite as hard or physically as our horticulture guys, right? Right. So Anthony was here to prove otherwise. Anthony, how'd you do yesterday?
Pretty good.
What'd you think?
There wasn't any wires for me to twist.
Yeah.
But, it was something different, and that's what I like about it.
What do you think about? I mean, that's not. Getting exposed to what you in the classroom. What is anything cool in the class that you guys talk about?
I definitely liked on Monday when we were looking about how much money you make as a laborer and all the dough involved.
Yeah.
But like Mr. Lemon said, he keeps talking about not putting your eggs in one basket, and now I'm looking at the laborers, the DPWs, and not only electrical. So
perfect.
Yeah.
And those places need electricians too.
They do.
Right, Tom?
They certainly do.
Yeah. And what I thought was great is, was it Andy, your partner, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy was one of the supervisors working with the apprentice yesterday, and he said, it's tough to tell the kids about 401ks and retirement and things like that, which is great when you get involved with these state jobs. He said, but when a kid pulls up after 1 year and he's got his brand new pickup truck and he's got, you know what I mean? All his, it's like it's tough to, it's easy sell for some of the kids to show them how great it is.
Sure. And it's, one of the things is it's a common sense idea is when a employer requires you to show up every day on time, which Westfield Tech promotes good work ethic throughout all the grades, showing up every day on time, not being late for class, being here all the time, having perfect attendance. That's the way it should carry out onto the job site upon graduation. And an idea is that if you're going to show up and work extremely hard all day long, you want to get compensated the most amount of money for showing up and working hard all day long.
Right.
And the union trades does that. And what it leads to is young men and young women achieving the American dream, where that in their perhaps their mid to late 20s they'll be able to buy their first home and carry a 30-year mortgage and have it all paid off when they're 55, 60 years old.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the whole idea of the cycle. It's like the cycle of the trades.
That's it.
You know.
That's it. Well, we love what you're doing. We want you to keep coming back as long as you. How many more years you got doing this?
Well, I don't know. I'm no spring chicken anymore,
Yeah.
as you can see. But I mean, I what's amazing about this program, and I'm glad you asked that question, Kevin. It's very gratifying to me because I'll show up at a school. Some of these kids have gone 11 and 12 years of schooling. They've never seen my face before.
No.
And on the third or fourth day during the week, I'll have a student come to me and say, "Hey, Lemdog, I want all of what you're laying down." So they've never seen my face before, and I have just positively changed their career path 100%.
Yeah.
I have graduates. Actually, there is a graduate from this school back 7 years ago, came through my program. She's a member of the Carpenters Union now, and she's married now, and they own their own home. They bought their own home.
Yep.
So it's amazing to see the cycle of young men and young women come through this program, make a very, very good paycheck, live within their means, and save money and buy a home and buy a new car sometime in their mid-20s. It's a fantastic thing. Yeah.
Absolutely love it. So, guys, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it. I know you guys want to get back to CPR training and finish up the week strong with the Lemdog over here. Tommy, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. You do a great job.
Thanks, Kev.
Hopefully we see you for many years to come,
I
right?
hope so.
Because we
I
love
hope
having you
so.
here, and we'll make sure we'll always schedule for the week of St. Patty's Day for your
Yes.
outfit.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
Curtis, we're going to go to the song now, and we'll be back with a little bit more Tiger Talk.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
One of our underwriters here at WSKB's Community Radio is Carson Center for Health and Human Services, a nonprofit organization located at 20 Broad Street in Westfield. They provided behavioral health and rehabilitation services in communities throughout Western Massachusetts since 1963. There are services for children, adolescents, adults, families, and couples. You can find them on the web at carsoncenter.org or at 413-572-4132.
89.5 WSKB. Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Hey, we're back live, WSKB 89.5 on Tiger Talk. My hologram is up if you're watching. It's pretty cool, Mrs. Grimm. You can't get over it.
I can't stop laughing.
Oh, we just had an awesome guest. If you missed
They were
it,
fabulous.
Tom Lemon from the Labor's Union.
Lem
Dog, they call
Love
him.
it.
And he is awesome.
He
love the kids love him. He's a book of knowledge. He gets the kids hooked up for opportunities for careers in the Labor's Union and construction union and a bunch of union jobs. So he was really great to have. If you missed that segment, click up to YouTube tonight when it's posted and then hit it that you like it because we need to. What were we up to for views last week?
I think it was over 100.
What?
Yeah, 111. Not our biggest show though.
No, we like to get to 200. I think two and change.
Yeah, we have a show that's out there that's over 200.
Really? Well, go on to YouTube, type in I think it's WSKB Community Radio or TV or something like that. It'll come up, and then you can search for Tiger Talk. It's mixed in.
I'm also trying to get it onto our Facebook. I submit it. I'm just waiting.
Okay, so if you follow us, Westfield Tech Academy on Facebook, you can find the link right there too and watch it there. So it'll take you up to YouTube. It's great. Mrs. Groom watches it, then critiques herself and really critiques me, and tells me all the things I did wrong and how I didn't follow the schedule, and. Yeah.
And look at how much smoother we're getting.
Well, that's an opinion.
No, it's not. When the ratings go up and there are more people
watching. It's because of your schedule?
Well, maybe your improvements.
Okay. So, thank you, Mrs. Groom, for making the numbers go up. You're great. No, really, thank you for doing that because she is organized and I do scatter all over the place. So, let's go stick to our script here.
Yeah.
So we get through everything. I know we have Al to my right here. What's up, Al?
What's up?
Al, we're going to do a couple things before we get to sports, all right? So, if you don't mind hanging out with us.
I'm all right.
You feeling good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we do need to talk about some other things that are going on Westfield Textile. What do we got, Mrs. Groom?
Well, this week we've been having our after-school intramural volleyball tournament.
Saw that.
And it's been pretty cool. 2 to 3:45. It's finishing up tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think I might go today because I saw some kids and they're putting the heat on me. They're mad I didn't get a team together.
They should be.
But I'll get hurt. So I didn't want to get involved with that. And then, but I think the finals must be tomorrow then.
Yes, I believe it's finishing up tomorrow.
So what a great school thing to bring a little school culture back now that we're mask free.
Mm-hmm.
It's opened up the opportunities to do some more school things. Even possibly, dare I go to maybe April 14th.
There you go.
Al, you might be interested in this. April 14th, which we talked about already, but maybe. I think we're at 80% right now of getting the students versus the faculty in a basketball game, and that's a all-school assembly for those that want to attend. And I think what's really great about it is we talked about possibly raising some money in honor of the Rob O'Leary Scholarship, which the scholarship will go towards a senior each year for hopefully an infinite number of years,
right?
In honor of our great colleague and friend Rob O'Leary, who passed away. So hopefully that should be a great opportunity to get the school together, have some fun.
Yes, and we need some. And
we do.
Like the sophomores said last week.
Yeah, the election.
Yeah, and I've got those results.
Oh, cool.
And they think we need some fun back in school.
When do we find out when they're gonna announce who won.
I've
well,
got that
Al,
information.
great segue right
Yeah,
there.
here we
Mrs.
go.
Groom, we had our sophomores on last week
Yes.
running for president, and I think the results are in.
The results are in.
Who do we have winning?
For treasurer, we have Trey Hooper.
Okay.
Congratulations, Trey.
Yep.
Vice President Phoenix Durkee. And our president has been elected Noah Gilbert.
Oh, nice. Congratulations to
Congratulations.
all
I
three
called
of them.
that.
Yeah.
You called that?
Yeah.
I know they all of them did great yesterday.
Wonderful.
On the last week on the show, and Noah's going to do a great job leading that class, and they all spit out the same message. We want to do some fun
Yep,
things.
Exactly. And we listened.
And we did. So speaking of fun things, Friday night you'll be getting your groove on.
Yeah, the semi-formal.
Are you gonna wear? You don't wear heels if you plan on dancing, Mrs.
No,
Groom.
no heels.
Yeah.
Kick those right off.
Yep.
So that's on Friday evening. Paris Under the Stars, I believe they call
Is
it.
that what it is?
I believe that's what they called it.
Okay, we got our semi-formal at the
Yeah.
Shaker Farms
Yep,
Country
Shaker
Club starting
Farms
at
from
6.
6 to 10. Yeah, and then we then go into skate. We have skate night on March 25th.
I'm horrible on skates.
Skates are tough,
Yeah.
and that's $8, and it's at Amelia Park from 6 to 6:50.
I need to be wrapped in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
And a football helmet.
Yes, and
Be bad.
very. I think. it
And I'm
takes a lot of-
athletic, as you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So was my dad, and he couldn't skate.
Couldn't skate.
And I inherited that.
Yeah. I blame that on my parents for not teaching me how to skate. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Yeah, just kidding. Right on?
Right.
Sorry.
Just to remind everybody about the Business Tech Entrepreneurship Days, Friday, April 1st and Friday, April 8th, where our Business Tech students the juniors get to highlight and show off their goods in that day. Very exciting for them. And out in the distance, but very popular, our 3rd annual car show on Saturday,
Can't
May
wait for that.
14th.
I'm actually going to enter a car in the car show this year.
I don't know what vehicle that might be.
Well, are you familiar with International Scouts?
I think I might have seen one
Yep.
in collision at one
So
point.
it's not perfect, but it's okay.
Yeah, sure.
So hopefully, I'm not trying to taint the voting, but I think it should get some kind of trophy.
All right. Well, noted.
I'll be there
Okay.
for that. That'll be fun. And they're talking about having a dunk tank. And who do you think they want to put in the dunk tank?
Somebody who might have been taped to the wall years ago.
Yeah, me. Daly's dunk tank. And they said they're going to fill it with motor oil.
Wait.
So I said-
I'd love to know.
Whoa,
who
wait a
this
minute.
is.
There's going to be a
that's
dunk tank
dangerous.
for you?
Yeah, but motor oil, Al? I mean, is that safe to put me expose my skin into motor oil?
No.
Come on, guys. No, I'm willing to do some things, but I'm not going to jump in a pool of used motor oil.
It's fine if it's just a regular dunk tank, but not
Yeah.
that.
It might
Thank
soften
you,
the
Al.
skin.
Yeah, I don't think so. Poison me, maybe.
Yeah.
I do want to talk before we get to sports, and I know we got a lot, Al, so I'm sorry, but
Nah,
Skills USA participated yesterday, and Skills USA is a nationwide organization where all our shops have a chance to test and participate and win competitions, and they do it by medals. So we had some gold medal winners and silver medal winners that move on to state competition.
Oh, they found out already?
Yeah, and I wanted to read them because it's awesome. So basic healthcare, Sarah Shoemaker won a gold.
Wow.
So she's going to move on. Cabinet making, which we don't even have a program yet, but we're in the mix for. We got a gold and a bronze. The gold was won by Mateo Reyes, and Ethan Croto won the bronze. In carpentry, we got a bronze, and Henry, was it Wildman? Yep. Sorry, Henry. In milling, CNC, Aaron Liu won. Got a 3rd place in that. Andrew Navarro, who's no stranger to the show. I believe he's the president of the senior class.
Ah, boy.
He won a gold in collision repair,
Wow.
so he's moving on. Elijah Bodeman won gold in computer programming out of our IT, and Aris Hernandez won a bronze, which is great. Business Tech Customer Service, two medals here. A gold to Ariana De Jesus, and Max Velasco won silver. So they're going on. How about this? Diesel Equipment Tech. We don't even have a diesel program, but Jake Cooper, who's in Auto Tech, got a gold.
Wow.
So he's moving on. Gabby Gaudette won a silver in first aid. Damian Bloom won gold in motor controls. Mr. Benda will be happy about that in electrical wiring. Rudy Charland won bronze in motor control. Medical terminology, Max Blackack won a silver. Nurse assistant Tegan Bradshaw won silver. Congratulations, Tegan. Photography out of graphics. Noel Goodrow won silver, and Lindsay DeLand won bronze.
Nice.
And for restaurant, Grace Burris, our own Grace Burris. Shout out, hey Grace.
Yes.
She got gold.
Nice,
and restaurant
Grace.
service, no surprise.
No surprise.
No. And Haley Machi. Is it Mackey? Sorry, Haley. That's brutal. I just did that. Bronze for restaurant service as well. So congratulations to all those kids. What a representation we had. Almost all the shops, which is great. All right. Without further ado, we got about 10 minutes for Al. Perfect timing. We got a lot going on in sports. Al, where do we start? Do we start with the Celtics versus the Golden State Warriors, or do you want to save that?
First, I'll get to that.
Okay, sorry.
Which I have to talk about that one.
Yes, okay.
Tom Brady did return, if you didn't notice that.
I know. What do you think about that?
After a 2-month retirement, but his retirement was shorter than the MLB lockout.
Really?
Coincidence?
Wow, that's a great point right there.
No, for real, it's no coincidence. That was crazy. No one expected that. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't expect it. I just got out of the movie theater. I look at my phone, and all I see is, really?
Yeah, I know. Really? Yeah, why did he even bother announcing anything if he was going to come back?
If he was going to come back 2 months later.
I never believed it.
You didn't?
Never believed it. He's going to be like Billy Martin.
We got
retiring.
Off the Brady, brought the Brady topic because I got to get to more.
Yeah,
I mentioned Rodgers and Wilson last week. We got Khalil Mack to Chargers, J.C. Jackson to Chargers. There's been some crazy things going on in the NFL.
Did you see the Von Miller?
Von Miller to the Bills, 6 years. Yep.
He went to the Rams, won a ring, and now he's off again. He's like defense for hire, huh?
Mm-hmm. We got the MLB lockout is done.
Yes.
Opening day April 7th. MLB free agency, Matt Olson to Braves.
Okay.
We got last night Freddie Freeman to Dodgers.
Can't believe that. I was hoping he'd go to the
I
Yankees.
called that actually.
Weren't you hoping he would go to the Yanks?
I wanted him to go, but we had paid him way too much money that he wanted, and we were gonna give him like 6 years, and we're trying to save that for Judge. So we got Rizzo back, even though Freeman's better. We got Rizzo back though.
I know.
Which is good.
I was worried, but then they signed. What 2-year deal with Rizzo? Do you know?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah. Josh Donaldson to Yankees, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Gio Urshela, and Gary Sanchez to Twins.
Wait, Gary Sanchez is gone?
Yep.
See you later.
Are
you happy about that?
Yeah, but I'm kind of going to miss Urshela, even though I know Donaldson's real good.
Yeah.
But I'm going to miss Urshela because he had some really good moments with us. And shout out to you, man. Good luck with you for the rest of the career, man. I mean, I believe that you're going to still have a good rest of your career. For real.
Hey, Al, we need a catcher now. Bad, huh?
We have Higashioka and this new guy that we got.
Okay, cool.
He's a lefty, I believe.
Hey, can I just talk about money for a second? You want to talk about lockout? Chris Bryant signs for the Giants, $182 million for 7
that last
years.
night.
Kyle Schwarber leaves. He was with the Sox, wasn't he?
Goes
to Phillies for $80 million, like over I don't know, like so many years.
That was insane.
But like even Rizzo was $32 million for 2 years. Like, what is going on?
Outrageous.
How come I can't be a pro baseball player? So I'm trying to get my son to stop with every other sport. Just do that. God. All right, sorry, buddy.
On the NBA topic, are the Celtics legit? The answer is yes.
Are you kidding me?
They have
my shirt and my hologram.
They have really turned it around. They beat us last night. The Golden State Warriors last night.
I think it wasn't a beat. It was a beat down.
I told one of my friends that's a Celtics fan I knew what would happen because you guys have been now 20-2 in your last 22 games.
Wow.
So hottest team in the NBA, no doubt.
Can't wait to go to a playoff game on the.
I think you. If I'm being completely honest, I think you guys have a shot at going to the finals, man.
You think so?
You guys have been really hot. You got Tatum that dropped 26 last night. Jaylen Brown followed that with 26.
Yep.
So
yeah, they're at full strength. Marcus
pretty good
Smart
future
is
ahead
back.
of you, man.
Yeah, everybody's doing well. People are learning their roles. You know, the coaches got it figured out a little bit.
You got it handled.
And Tatum's just a beast.
Tatum's insane.
And did Steph Curry go off the court yesterday?
He did get hurt, not intentionally.
Yep.
You guys were just doing your job.
What happened with that?
Steve Kerr handled it the wrong way. Not too thrilled with him for doing that because you got.
I actually don't. Can you tell the listeners what happened? Because I don't know.
He got hurt and he's getting an MRI.
Yep.
Kerr handled it the wrong way. He shouldn't have. And Marcus Smart was doing his job.
What happened though? I mean, what was it a dive for a loose ball? And Kerr got mad?
Yes. And,
thinking it was a cheap shot?
Yep, but he wasn't. He's playing defense.
Or you heard it from Al. It wasn't a cheap shot.
He's just doing his job.
Okay. Hopefully he's not hurt though, because I don't know many people that don't like Stephen Curry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Even I like him.
Yeah. How do you not?
What are the Bruins gonna do towards the trade deadline?
You're outside of my wheelhouse. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean,
you know what? Let's go to our hockey specialist, Mrs. Groom. What do you think, Mrs. Groom?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you
you
for
got?
the input.
I don't, Al. I don't. It's Mr. Groom who's the.
I think that. I also said, do you think they're gonna make the playoffs?
Oh, they're in. They're gonna get in.
All right. Well, March Madness starts today.
Yep.
Who do we got?
Well, I beat you to it a little bit. I knew this was coming. March Madness start today. There was also some preliminary games last couple nights which were great to see. Is Coach K going to go all the way in his final season at Duke? Probably not, but maybe. We have remember Sister Jean from Loyola, Chicago?
Yes, I do.
102 years old.
Biggest cheerleader.
Yeah, she's
there.
great, and everybody loves her.
Yes.
But I think you guys know the biggest game of coming up the next 2 days is the Providence College Friars versus, is it South Dakota?
It is South Dakota.
South Dakota
Midwest.
Jackrabbits.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Who do you see winning that game, Mr.
Well,
Daly?
I'm cheering for the Friars, but I'm nervous because this is...
I'll go for
despite the Providence College Friars winning the Big East and having a great season, it's not like they've done it in a dominant fashion. They win a lot of close games. So hopefully the guys step up and we get a little victory. But, Al, what I thought we'd do, since we have a couple more minutes, let's Mrs. Groom pick 4 games. All right? I am the champ of the NFL football season. Sorry.
I know.
And then we can do the college. We can see who the champ of this is. We're going to pick 4 games, and we'll keep track for the next couple weeks on who does. So, Mrs. Groom, who are the games you picked?
Let's go Midwest, Providence, South Dakota, since we're talking about
You're going to keep track of this?
I am.
Okay, I will pick the Providence College Friars.
Okay. I also picked the Providence College.
I'll go with it.
Okay, we're all going to go with Providence.
Nice. Okay.
Next
Let's
game?
go up to down to the south. Colorado State, Michigan.
Ooh, what are the numbers? Can you give us the numbers?
Would you like the seeding?
Yeah, the seeding numbers.
Colorado State is 8 or 6. I can't read it, but Michigan is an 11.
Okay, so it's 6-11.
I think it's a 6. Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna take not Michigan.
You're gonna go with Colorado?
Yep, I'm gonna go with Colorado.
Okay, I'm going with Michigan.
Okay.
You know what?
Remember Juwan Harrow? I can't cheer for him right now. He was.
I'll go with Michigan because.
All right, go ahead.
You got to get the favorites in.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, then we have Alabama and I believe Notre Dame.
Roll Tide. I got to go with Maya, my niece, in the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I got Alabama as well.
I'll go with Notre.
You're going to go with Notre Dame.
All
okay.
Right. And then let's do the East, North Carolina and Marquette.
Whoa, this is an 8-9 game.
Yep. I had to put it in there.
And Marquette is from the Big East, and I like them, but I am going to go with North Carolina for just to get a little more skill, I think.
I've got North Carolina.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to go with North Carolina, too. All right, so we just had a really good sports talk. I think we had a good show today. What do you guys think?
I do think so.
Don't forget to support your businesses that support us. So, and look for our show up on YouTube and on our Facebook page.
Yep.
And I think that's it. Is there anything else we missed, Mrs. Groom, before we roll?
You don't want to do any quick NASCAR shout out?
Oh my God, yes!
What
Quickly,
the heck's
NASCAR.
going on?
Where are we going, Al? What do you think? Where are we going this week?
All right, Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
Hot, you say hot.
Yep.
Atlanta, yeah.
Okay, Atlanta Speedway. You're right, Mrs. Groom, and I forgot to do my research on this.
Oh, that's great.
You
go,
did?
go, go.
Who are you going with?
For this, I'm going with Ryan Blaney, Irishman, and Tyler Reddick.
Really?
I am.
Interesting. Al, do you have a... Al,
Do I have a pick? Do I have a pick?
Well, yeah, you got a pick, but did you do any research on NASCAR?
I do know what's in Atlanta.
Yep.
Nice.
You know what I'm going to say, though?
What?
Go.
If you choose
the
guy you chose last week,
yeah,
I'm not going to. I'm going with someone new.
Okay.
That Tyler guy, not her.
Yeah.
Which he picked.
Yeah.
He sounds real good.
Yeah.
He looks like he's gonna smack it.
Okay. Well, I like that, Curtis.
I just said.
I love we got NASCAR.
Nice,
I love it.
So, yeah,
Perfect.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go with Chase Elliott.
Okay.
There you go, bud.
And then I'm just winging it here. I'm gonna go with Kevin Harvick again.
All right, because he came in 6 in Phoenix.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Tiger Talk.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided